you got your BT mug?
I've got it, and I have something in it, which is good.
Excellent. Okay, keeping yourself awake at 8:12 on this Wednesday morning. The budget came down yesterday. You were there for it. Any surprises for you?
Not really surprises at all. I mean, maybe the surprise that there wasn't more in there that the government was trying to buy votes with and things like that, because we are coming into an election. But their problem is they have a huge credibility gap. They recognize that's come out in leaked documents. So what they're trying to do is be relatively conservative, almost NDP-like, in delivering this budget, because they're taxing corporations, which is something the NDP wanted to do. They're taxing people who make more than $150,000, which is something the NDP wanted to do. So they're trying to take away some of the platform ground that the NDP was setting themselves up for. The other big surprise here is the way that they balanced the budget. Imagine if you decided that, you know what, I need to make a mortgage payment, I don't have enough money, I'm going to have a garage sale. And you decide that, you know what, whatever I'm going to get out of that garage sale, say $10,000 out of my garage sale, I'm going to just put that onto my mortgage right now without actually having the cash in hand. And that's what they're doing. They're selling off more than 100 properties that they've got, and they're already adding the value of those properties to the bottom line, which is a pretty strange way to do financial work.
It sounds like putting the cart before the horse, or counting the chickens before they're hatched, whatever the cliche is, especially in a real estate market that is what it is. We're talking about significant properties here.
There's some really large properties. There's a couple of huge pieces of property in Surrey, which is where they were going to build a new Surrey hospital. They decided to expand the old one, so those properties are now surplus. There's a large chunk of property in Vancouver, I think on 57th Street. There's properties all around the province. There's one parking lot right beside the legislature that they're going to sell off. But the issue that you have with properties is those, most of the time, A, you have to find a buyer, somebody who's willing to take that on, and B, that buyer has to be able to go to the local municipality, because it is municipalities that have choices over land use policy, and you're going to need to get that rezoned. A lot of times those properties won't sell for months and months, maybe even years, and then the municipality will take quite a long time to hold public hearings to decide whether you can rezone that property. So the money for those properties may not come in until next year, or even the year after, or maybe not at all, even if they can't get a sale on them. So it's a really strange way to balance the books, and that takes up a large portion of what they need in order to show that they've got this supposed $197 million deficit. Without all of those sales, they're in a bad deficit situation.
And they've already added those numbers to this current budget to get it into the black.
Yeah, well, here, imagine it. Just take it from your point of view. You want a raise, you deserve a raise, you should have a raise, and then you're going to go to the bank and say, yep, I'm getting a raise.
Right, without actually asking your boss for a raise.
Well, yeah, and without actually having the money, and just
Right.
expecting the bank to believe you.
Right. Interesting. Kim Emerson, I love the way you break it down for us here at BT. We look forward to having you on much more from Victoria. Thank you so much.
I look forward to it too.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.